Girl, it's almost Friday.
Who's excited for football?
Yeah.
How you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing all right, y'all. Today is National Sports Day. So how about that? Let's give a round of applause. National Sports Day. Right now is the best time of year in October. You got MLB, you got NFL, and you got basketball. So officially the basketball season doesn't start until October 22nd for the Cleveland Cavaliers, but you have the confluence of all three sports all together. So I'm very excited. National Sports Day on the books today. Ladies, so we're going to have Irie Harris joining us from Cleveland.com, Cleveland Browns beat reporter. So he's going to be joining us very shortly, but got a lot of questions for him. But some of the things that I've been thinking about, and there's a lot, when it comes to this team, but I think the majority of us right now are thinking about what can be done to fix things for the Cleveland Browns.
Fire Kevin Stefanski, number one. Can we start there? Fire Kevin Stefanski. Can we start right there? I mean, I might be one of none or one of many, but I am going to stand with that might be the number one fix.
10 toes down?
I'm 10 toes down. I'm standing flat-footed on my decision that we need to start with firing Kevin Stefanski. Okay? Okay.
Kate, where you going? Because I'm going somewhere with this. And
I got a whole lot, but that's my number one right there.
I want to argue with you, but I guess my struggle is I believe that next year the team needs to be having a new head coach for next season. I don't know what benefit there is to firing him now. I'm more concerned because we can't save the season. The season is what it is. It gonna be what it gonna be. My concern.
But can we win more than one game, Kate? You think we could win more than one game if we had a different play caller?
I do, but so two things, right? Who's my plan B? If we get rid of Kevin, the natural choice to take over as interim head coach is Jim Schwartz. And he's our defensive coordinator. So who's going to be calling plays? I don't know who's going to be calling plays. I don't know that they're going to be any better than Kevin. My concern is we took two rookie quarterbacks. We took two quarterbacks in the draft last year with the point of developing them. Does it hurt Dylan Gabriel's development, or does it do better for it if there are too many unanswered questions, right? And Shador's developing, he's off over here. If you bring someone else in, do they leave Dylan in? Is Deshaun going to start when he's healthy and it doesn't matter? Because I'm already worried about mentally what that's going to do to Dylan. If Deshaun's healthy and you bring him back in, there's too many unanswered questions. And as much as we want to make fun of the Tennessee Titans and the carousel of folks going in and out of that locker room and front office, they gave Brian Callahan 6 weeks with Cam Ward. They saw no improvement with Cam Ward, and they're like, but you're done. We'll let Mike McCoy take over. I don't know if changing head coaches helps Dylan Gabriel or if that's even a thing if Deshaun's going to be starting.
Dylan Gabriel ain't got enough hype, but hey.
Well, I don't argue that, but he could at least look a little better so I can get something for him when we trade him. Because we need to trade him and get a little something for him. I'd like to get more for him than I got for old man Flacco. I'd like Shador to be starting next year.
Division, but
I got to get something for Dylan Gabriel, and I'm not going to get nothing for him if they don't call plays that make him look a little better. Sorry, Irie, we're just all up in it now.
Yeah. So before we get to Irie, I'm gonna take the stance against Stacy and Kate. Well, Kate, you said next year. I do not believe that firing Kevin Stefanski right now will change anything. It's not going to get better. Irie Harris of Cleveland.com. Irie, how you doing, sir? What's going on?
Good. What's up, beautiful people? Good to see you guys. My apologies on the delay. I noticed when putting my computer on that the sound went missing when MIA, so I had to shut it down and then turn it on. So that was on me. But I'm glad. Better late than never, though. If anything, it's just CP timing. But no, I'm glad. I'm glad to log in when you guys really getting it cracking. Though sounds like we got a lot of good stuff we're talking about, and I'm assuming you guys are wondering if the head coach should be gone or not, and what that would bring the aftermath of, I assume.
Well, that's what
Right.
Sunday is,
Yes.
right? Sunday's the which coach is going to get fired at 4:30 bowl because one of them
Honestly,
ain't going to survive Sunday. I just
you
don't know which
Yeah.
one it is.
you know what though? As crazy as it may sound, I know I'm on the inside. I would be surprised if Kevin was let go if they were to lose versus Miami after that day, only because it's like
He
he's
done with
already
it.
what four? He's already what 4-24-21 combined from last season to present day. So it's almost as though it's like you didn't let him go early when things were already looking bad. What makes it any different come week 7? But I do think it would have to probably be a very bad loss for that to be possible. But if they were to keep it close, kind of as they have in the majority of the games this season, then he'll still somehow have a little bit of time just from the higher ups. I think above and Andrew Berry and doing that. But that's my thoughts, runners though. Um, I'll just ask this though, real quick. If he's let go, who is the interim?
Yeah,
Jim
that's
Schwartz.
what we trying to
Yeah.
figure out
Schwartz.
right now. But I'm thinking it's gonna be Jim Schwartz.
Yeah, I think just off of seniority and experience within the staff, I too think it would be Jim Schwartz. Um, as
My,
far as
my
saying
question, Irie, is who's going to call plays? Because Jim Schwartz ain't going to call plays.
that's the problem.
So
Yeah,
am I going to get a better play caller than Kevin?
Do we even know what the current offensive coordinator can do? Because we don't know if he know how to call plays or not.
we
Do
don't.
we even know what he know how to do? Have we
No,
given him a chance to even figure that out?
no.
Because all I see is a Denny's menu that get called plays on. That's all I've ever seen. Flag
It's
with a
Oh
play.
Denny's. I love that.
man,
It's Denny's. I need some IHOP.
she said
You
Denny's.
know, like that's
I need
all
some
I've ever
IHOP.
seen.
But
So do we know that?
things we were getting through. Stacy wants to change right now. Kate wants to
I
change.
wanted to change at the end of last year. And then week 1, but I have stuck it out like a long time. Like,
Yeah.
we don't
Yeah,
know how I'm really hanging with Kate here on this not knowing how to manage this time out has taken it from me. Like it is the nails across the chalkboard with me. But
Yeah.
then we go to Pittsburgh.
yeah, that was
And we
yeah.
was on that 3-yard line.
Oh my God, you should
And
see my
we
face.
settled for a field goal opposed to going with I don't know why I didn't see
Because
Quinshawn
Quinshawn
before
Judkins' face might as well have been on a milk carton. He wasn't even on the first, second, third, and goal packet. Like, why are you running Jerome Ford up the middle? Where's
at
Quinshawn?
all. I mean,
Yeah,
we were throwing the ball instead of running for it. Like today,
yeah,
I wore
yeah.
my Run the Ball Kevin t-shirt. Like
But
I
that's gonna be.
wanted to make a sign and go stand in
Oh
front of the
man,
arena.
you
But if you
ruthless.
look
And
at
in
Oh
front
that's
of
gonna be a
man,
thing on
Huntington Bank
Sundays.
Field.
That's
Like
gonna be a huge
I
thing
don't know
on
what to do
Sunday.
at this point, so I'm willing to give the OC the
you
new
Have you
OC.
ruthless,
Like
seen?
man.
I don't know what Hey, we can't get no worse at
Have
this
you
point.
seen the weather forecast for Sunday?
At 90% chance of rain.
Right, which means you
94.
best be running the ball on Sunday. If he can't find a way to run the ball, if he has Dylan throw the ball 52 times in the rain on the shores of beautiful Lake Erie, that'll
With
be
a
the
little
last nail in
wind
the
and a
coffin for
little
me.
rain. With a little
Yeah,
wind and a little rain. And you can't depend on a Judy or a Ford to do it for you. Come on now, y'all. Come on.
yeah.
Baby.
I will say that was definitely questionable because just in terms of like trying or at least trying to look as though you're trying to win the game. That definitely
Trying to look at those.
nah, not seriously. Like
Really
it's like
fake that we're
like
trying to win.
yeah, because a number of factors, a number of things led to them being 3 yards away from the end zone. I mean, it was really help with a couple of defensive, PIs from Pittsburgh, a couple of penalties from their
Mhm.
side that got you. Because it's not like it was the most efficient series. They got a little bit of help from the yellow flag, but they didn't capitalize on that because, like you said, 3 yards away. And I know some people will say, well, he wasn't doing well, and everything. No, that's the one thing I've always worried about, as you said, because in this division, I don't care if you got the best of the best quarterback, in the pocket. In this division, it's all about being able to run the ball
Thank
and
you.
stopping the run game.
Thank you.
Exactly.
And the fact that Quinshawn was held to only 12 carries in that game, I think it's a problem because when you look at when they've already played like when they played Cincinnati week 1, that opening series from Cincinnati, they continue to give the ball to Chase Brown. He just wore out Cleveland's defense, and that's how they scored. You go back to I mean even on that Sunday, there's a couple series in which Jalen Warren and Ken Gainwell for Pittsburgh literally carried the series and moved them forward because of that run game. Not the most staggering numbers, but they understand that they're going to wear them down the further and longer that they keep going. So I was hoping that they would do that with Quinn Sean because of what he's shown, and even if he didn't, that should have been no different than any other.
I refroze for a second. He'll be back.
But that's AFC North football. You have to be able to run the ball. When it's
Absolutely.
first and goal from the 3, you have to be able to run the ball. Every other team in our division's got somebody to do it. We ain't even try. I just love what he said. You
We
got to
throwing
at
the
least
ball and then
look
we
like
just
you're
gonna kick
trying
a
to win the
field
game.
goal?
We won that Green Bay game. It felt like on accident with those last 3 minutes, like we accidentally won. And maybe I would buy the conspiracy theory stuff that we're trying to get that number 1 pick in the draft. But I do a college podcast on Wednesdays, and there ain't a number 1 consensus quarterback coming out this year. It is not a good quarterback class. I don't want to take a quarterback at number 1. I got Shador developing somewhere. So it ain't like we're trying to lose games to get a top draft pick because there ain't nobody we're
And
taking
at
next
this
year.
point, we got about
Ridiculous.
99 picks anyway. We done traded enough and
Right.
rotated
What
enough,
we have
flipped and did
done,
enough turns to get
Yeah.
we got about 99 picks at this point.
and what we have done is we have now demoralized the defense. Now the defense, 6 weeks in, is tired. They held Pittsburgh to field goals for what, 2-3 quarters? That
Right.
defense held Pittsburgh to field goals, and you couldn't put up any points. You can put up 18 points. I've seen Major League Baseball teams, Rachel, put up 18 runs in a game, and my Browns can't score 18 points.
They
You-
are in these
you are
games though
damaging the
until
defense.
halftime.
You are
They are.
damaging Myles Garrett and that whole defense by putting up no points on the offense and looking this bad.
Yeah, my apologies again, real quick. I think
You're
Jimmy
good.
has them. I
It's
think
okay,
Jimmy has
Harry.
them. I think Jimmy has them. Might have tapped in and heard me cooking and wanted to shut me down real quick, but I'm back. But now, I just to finish off and agreeing with you guys saying to finish off the earlier point I was saying. I was just saying that with Q right there, yeah, it should have been no different than those short yardage situations in which they bring out Aiden Huntington or Lou Weibler, and then you would have had 4 tries to get him in. So that's all that I was saying with that. Now, here's the thing though, as far as the coaching though, because you guys know better than me. Having been around respectfully much longer and seeing the chaos of this team, especially at the coaching position. If this team were to let go of Kevin Stefanski, though, wouldn't that unintentionally continue the the toxic cycle of just rinsing and throwing out, rinsing and throwing out, or would it lead to
Exactly.
a healthier start?
Instability of this team will continue. You have to let Kevin, and I've never been the hugest Kevin Stefanski, excuse me, but you're quick tossing quarterbacks and coaches and field goal kickers. There could be a jersey with coaches on the back as well.
It should, because we need a coach that has leadership skills. We need some that has stability himself. He ain't stable in my mind at this point that can lead this team. And that is the problem. I think that Dylan made a comment today about his discipline. This team lacks discipline. And I think that is why this whole team is struggling, because there is no discipline. I am not against bringing in somebody with structure, with discipline that can lead this team at this point. What we got to lose at this point? What do we have to lose and all to gain?
So I got two things. Number one, I will take over as interim head coach, and every time Jerry Jeudy drops a pass, he will run a lap around all 100 yards of that football field, and they will learn discipline, because there ain't no discipline. The pre-snap penalties are embarrassing. Rachel, I understand the need for stability. We can talk about Pittsburgh's had 3 head coaches in like the franchise history. It's shameful, but this isn't Kevin's second year. He's been here 6 years. He was coach of the year twice. He lost something. That 3 wins last year and this 1 win so far this year. I understand talent on the field issues. I understand quarterback issues. And ever since we signed Deshaun Watson, we have been using that as an excuse for Kevin Stefanski's behavior. But the personnel has nothing to do with when to call a timeout, when not to call a timeout, how to manage the clock, how to let a 10-second runoff happen instead of taking a timeout when you got a lead with 3 minutes left. Those are coaching things that have nothing to do. You can't blame that on the quarterback situation.
Chris
So
West
either he needs to figure out how to be a head coach and let someone else call plays so he can do the head coach stuff, or he needs to go. It's been 6 years.
There it is.
It's not too fast. It's been 6 years of him and got me nothing.
There it is.
I'm going to bring up Miss Janet. There's always time for Miss Janet. What have you done for me lately? Right now, I'm 1-5.
No, she said it correctly. Hi, Kay. How you guys doing?
Glad we can still hear you.
No, you did an excellent job explaining that. A part of Stefanski's problem is he's a stubborn guy. And he's one of them guys that says my plays over the players. And I keep telling people this for years. He thinks his plays, and he has got a great offensive mind, that his plays is over his players. His system is over his players. What we do know about Stefanski, he was only OC for 1 year at Minnesota. Mm-hmm. He wasn't an OC prior to that. Right. So we working off, he had 1 good year with a mediocre quarterback. And we thought, oh, he is a quarterback whisperer. No, he is not. That was just lightning strikes in the bottle type thing. His ability not to adjust his offense for the players that he has, a good coach and a good OC, adjust to the players that they have until I get the players that I'm going to get. But I'm going to adjust this because this player does this well. This player does this well. This player does this well. I've yet to see our offensive routes, passing routes, get our receivers open. There's no option routes. There's no routes to create separation for them. It is nothing that on their offensive side of the ball. There's no creativity part of that. And if you look at the offense that he runs, it mirrors or kind of mirrors the one in San Francisco, right? With Shanahan. It's under that system, that Shanahan West Coast-ish type system. Well, watch Kyle Shanahan as he does his offense with different quarterbacks, with different receivers, with different things, and he makes it work. And not just with San Francisco, just look at the prior years that he had with different quarterbacks, right? He does very well with that offense.
I still laugh that he made like a 30-page PowerPoint about why he wanted to leave Cleveland.
Listen.
And his playbook is a hot mess. But
right
at the end of the day, if we make a change, and let's say we get rid of Kevin at some point, we bring in Jim Schwartz. You know, I read Tommy Rees is our offensive coordinator. He was a quarterback, went to Notre Dame. He's had a lot of experience in college as an OC, but I don't know what he's done in the pros. He's done nothing to make me think he could call plays. He hadn't called plays at the NFL level before. So I don't know that it would be better. I don't know that it would be worse.
Well, call a plays is no different. Call a plays is calling plays. That's no different. That's no different. You game plan the same way from college. The only thing different is different schemes that you're looking at. That call a plays is the flow of things.
But to me, Chris, calling plays is what you just talked about. I need to call plays. I need to design plays and call plays that will off Dylan Gabriel's strengths. I know he's 5'10" on a good day when his hair is way up here, but he had success at every college he played at. Those college, Oregon, they found ways to create passing lanes and to create schemes for him to have success. We don't do that here. Kevin Stefanski wants to call what he wants to call, and he don't care if the personnel can do it or not.
I agree with you. So that part of a college of creating, that's a little bit different because the talent level is a little bit different. I could give you a million people a whole bunch of talent, and you could make some work with the quarterback there. That's different. But when it's coming to the NFL level, it's a little bit more complex with Dylan Gabriel. I would like to see him more out the pocket than in the pocket. The problem is that limits him, but that limits him a lot. That means a lot of other things got to go right. That means your running game has to go right. I mean, like everything got to go perfect for that situation to work out for him. And Kevin don't want to do that. Now, I would do that. If you want to win games, I would say, listen, we got to lean on the run the ball 45 times and play action out of that and put him in a comfortable spot. But again, like you said, Kevin Stefanski is so stubborn. This is my playbook. Yeah. This is going to run.
I would just like balance. 52 passes and 20 rushes is not balance. 6'7". I'm turning into my grandchildren.
Well, this was a guy that you drafted because he fits your system, but yet you're not doing anything to help him and play to his strengths.
Well, so here's the thing. What I do know is Dylan he's a highly intelligent guy. Yeah. Right. So is Kevin Stefanski. So is all the other guys who is very, very intelligent. So he feels comfortable with that type of quarterback that is highly intelligent. He feels like I can make this quarterback anything I want. That's what he thought Kenny Pickett was, right? I could design this for Kenny Pickett. But
I don't care how smart you are. When a 6'2" or 6'3", 300-pound defensive end runs you over, your IQ don't matter.
It doesn't. I agree with you. He
needs to be out of the pocket and he needs to be rolling, because if he can't see over his offensive line, that means the defense can't see him either. So sorry. Irie, talk. I'm gonna quit talking. Irie needs to talk. He's our guest.
Yeah, go ahead, Irie. You down there?
I'm sorry.
We can't hear you, Irie.
We can't hear you, baby.
My fault. Just going back to talking about Tommy Rees at OC. I think that was one of the first red flags that kept out to me going into the season. Not him. No. Seriously, like let me say, not him as OC or saying that he's not worthy of it, but the fact that they had to hire in-house and make him, because he was pass game specialist, I think, and like tight ends coach. And then seriously, and then bringing him up to OC, there were multiple interviews prior. That was the first red flag, because it told me, wait, so you can't bring nobody in the Cleveland to work with you, coach, and you're supposedly an offensive genius with great respect amongst the league. You can't bring nobody into where you have to hire in-house and bring him up and promote him, even though it's just going to be your office and he's just going to be another puppet. Yes, man, for you. That was the first red flag to me.
That's exactly why he wanted another yes man.
Nobody wants to work with Kevin, though. I mean, that is all over the league, that nobody wants to work with Kevin. That's why they shipped him up out of Minnesota so fast, because nobody wanted to work with him. The QBs was not going to play with him. That's why he was so welcomed in Cleveland. Because what do? Open our arms and say, come on in. We want you. And here we are, 1-6.
I mean, he's cute, but I need to win games.
Right. And
I can let y'all know.
He was 6 years ago. That grading came in on that face, and he is worried. Okay,
it's like if you look at those pictures of Obama when he got elected president, and then Obama at the end of his 4 years,
looked like
that age, that's not happened to Kevin Stefanski in the last 6 years.
Yeah, in the last 6 days, like
we do have some offensive line problems.
Get out of here, Cute don't win games.
Problems.
Not winning games.
But guess who's available right now? Bill Callahan. Do we want to bring him back?
Bring him in. Listen, what do we have to lose at this point? Bring them all in at this point. I don't care. I'm
Well,
sick
then
of
you bring
Kevin
him onto
and
your
these-
offensive staff and you let him call plays, but you don't bring him in as your head coach, because if he couldn't develop Cam Ward, who I would argue is a 10 times better quarterback than Dylan Gabriel, he ain't going to develop Dylan Gabriel.
Well, that wasn't Bill Callahan's fault. Bill just do the line.
Yeah.
That was his job.
I definitely
he asked. I think
with
he asked
mine.
Tennessee to
I
let him
would
know.
take a chance. We don't have
Question,
nothing to lose
question.
but adding another name to the back of a jersey at this
Question
point.
for everybody. Question for everybody. I bring this out a lot for a lot of people when we talk football. Who has the Cleveland Browns developed at any position? See, it's not just Kevin. It's every other position of developing. We haven't developed a receiver. We haven't developed a quarterback. What have we developed offensively?
Have we had anybody to give them besides Kevin? Has anybody been here long enough to develop anybody?
At what any position we talking about?
Any position have we
Because
developed?
when they leave
Any position.
Cleveland, they go be great. You know what I mean? They go win a Super Bowl when they leave Cleveland. They go be great, super great when they leave Cleveland. So I guess the question I have to answer that is, who's been here long enough to develop anybody?
But that comes to development. If we don't think they're good enough, but they develop somewhere else, that means, do we have the people to develop? So if we let them go and they go somewhere else and end up being better, that means that other team developed them.
Baker,
Correct.
Mayfield.
Not just Baker. Baker went to two other teams too, though. So he had to
Right.
develop.
Everybody brings up Baker, but Baker had to go sit down before he became Baker. You know what I mean? And he was a hothead when he was in Cleveland, and he was concerned with making commercials when he was in Cleveland.
But he also was not developed.
Right.
I think I haven't answered the question. He obviously he got injured, but the development was like he ascended while here. I think I probably answer would be Nick Chubb, right? Because of some Mitchell when he was at running back coach and what he did. And how he still kept the run game afloat. I mean, the year that Nick Chubb got injured, the run game, they still, I believe, finished 10th and like rushing yards per game and like top 10, top 12, but then yards after contact. And I was Jerome Ford and Kareem Hunt doing that, and even sprinkles of Pierre Strong. So I would say Nick Chubb would be the one answer to go and that comes to mind. But that's it, though, as far as development.
Okay, so
draft is Nick Chubb high. I don't know that you develop in the NFL. When I talk about developing players, the same way I do when I talk about the NBA, because you got the G League, or when I talk about baseball, you got minor leagues. You got systems where you're drafting these guys and they're coming in and playing. In the NFL, it's the practice squad. Who was a practice squad guy that got the work in and got better and then made it to the roster, not just because of injuries and he was up for a couple weeks and then back. I struggle to find development on the same team. I feel more like they leave and go somewhere else. They get developed to a point where they can then go to another team and start. I think it's a little different to me in the NFL trying to develop.
No, in NFL you do develop. No, it is developing in NFL. It is definitely developing in NFL, because you come and you still, unless you have that natural talent, you can be really great, but you still need to develop different things, because where you develop in college is different where you develop in NFL, because the game is faster and you see it differently, and where that's mentally and where there's twists in your hips, where there's a different drill. So when I talk about development, where you're taking a seventh round pick or fifth round pick who has that talent, who was probably just missing his route running is not great, right? Or this guy's not doing this well, but he could do this. There's a lot of first rounders who just got raw talent, but they say, well, he also needs to develop this, but his raw talent is making him a first round pick. But then we see the first round pick falter because they didn't develop anything else. They relied on that. So in the NFL, there is development. And a lot of that goes in the offseason too, but it is development. It's just we as the Cleveland Browns has not developed anybody.
Because we let him go. Because I think I would say a good person to look at would be Kareem Hunt. Why did we let him go? He is balling over at KC. And I wouldn't even necessarily say balling, but he looked better in KC than he did after we let him go.
Well, we didn't want to pay him. That's
Yeah,
part of that.
I was just about to say.
That was that. We didn't want to pay him.
I was just about to say that. Yeah. Plus, he had a little bit of leverage. Still was
It
like,
was like,
man, y'all
yeah, it was
needed
to
me.
me. It was like money laundering. Casey didn't want to lose him, but he got dirty, so they had to let him go somewhere else and get cleaned up, and then they could have him back
Right,
again.
and we could have kept him, but now we rather
developed
have
and laundered
four
him
that
for them.
can't. That's not worth it,
That's so smart. It's so smart.
right? You know what I'm saying?
So, real question for everybody. This is the question, and I presented this to a lot of other folks. The problem I have with the Browns, it was actually a statement, and the question is,
Okay.
they do not have a plan. And you know, if teams have plans, and no matter what goes on, I'm gonna stick to my plan. This is it. I'm gonna let y'all know this is my plan. This is what we're doing. At the end of the year, if it doesn't work, I'm gonna take the brunt of it. It didn't work, and you were right. It just seems like the Cleveland Browns organization right now does not have a plan of anything. Like, we do not see a plan.
No.
I think that's what the fan base is upset about. Like, okay, what are
They
you
haven't
doing?
had an identity since Nick Chubb got hurt.
Identity, a plan, nothing.
plan,
Like, what are your
nothing.
trajectory?
And I was hoping there was a secret plan and that Miles didn't just sign for the money, that they told him the plan, because Miles was not happy. They told him to plan and then threw a whole lot of money at him. And then he said, okay, I'll stay. But apparently
You
it
know
was
what?
just the
I
money, because there
honestly
ain't no plan.
believe, and
There
I
ain't no
hate to go ahead.
No, I agree with you, Kate, because I don't see any plan either. Like, it was no plan. If you went to the preseason camps and you watch this, from there you could say, oh, they do not have a plan going on here. You can just watch how they moved around the whole time when you watch that.
I'll tell you the plan, and then I'm going to shut up for 5 whole minutes. The plan is to take all of this thing spaghetti and throw it at the wall and hope something sticks. And if something sticks, that's what we're going to be. And ain't nothing stuck.
What you got, Rachel?
They had a plan, and that plan was Deshaun Watson. And clearly, it did not work out.
Okay, but that's every year.
Their plan was to become a passing team.
Every year, once that happens, this is the NFL. This is not college, right? College, you have backups on top of backups, and you can maneuver around this. In the NFL, your plan is every year is a new plan, because you got to figure out how to become a better team. Deshaun been out for 2 years now, damn near.
Well, I mean, Deshaun Watson was the plan. Nick Chubb was the plan, but Nick Chubb got injured 2 years in a row. So you had
a whole
passing option.
You had a whole off
your
season. You had a whole off season
to fix
now
that.
your offensive line.
Am I wrong?
Is breaking down.
Am I
They
wrong?
don't make in-game adjustments, Chris. How did you expect them to make season-to-season adjustments?
I'm gonna shut up on that one because you are right.
Yeah, they don't. They didn't.
So what's
they first of all, they can't do two things at once. They can't walk and chew bubble gum. So we draft all these miscellaneous. So we got 2 quarterbacks, right? 2 rookie quarterbacks. And then you have a QB1 that you traded. So everything that you did in off season, you get rid of Pickett and they competing, and then you still get rid of them.
So know what that tells me?
Division, right? So you thought that was your focus, and then now you even still you have your offense is nothing, like nothing, right?
So
but then
know what that tells me?
Huh?
Know what that tells me?
You don't have a plan.
They had no plans.
Well,
That's what I'm
coaches
saying.
in
Like,
your division.
we can't walk and chew bubble gum, and then you want to be in this fight with the city and go all over this. I honestly believe that the goal was, until they got this settled, we wasn't gonna win no games, and once this gets settled, now we'll start winning games. I, in the bottom of my soul, really believe that. Like, that was it. Y'all want this stadium so bad that it was come hell or high water to do whatever you needed to do to get this done. I really believe that has something to do with it. It's just the way of Cleveland and these Browns doing things. I just really believe that.
Well, you know what's crazy, when you got other coaches in your division holding press conferences talking about what y'all
about
doing.
That. Like, why would you do that? Like, it makes no sense. And it's even
Iree's
worse
down there.
when you involved with teams and other people and they like saying like, thanks, Stace, thanks for giving you my coach, like your quarterback. Like that is insane.
Iree, I got a question for you.
All right, what's
Um,
up?
so what is the case for Shador not starting?
I
They
got the cake.
draft. They
Huh?
drafted him. They drafted him fifth.
Well,
Gabriel.
I don't want him to start.
No,
So
me neither. No, I don't want. Yeah,
Like,
like
get this drama out the way. If I was him, I wouldn't want to be in the midst of this drama either.
the problem is like it's not like he's done anything that's brought upon legal issues or anything as far as like bad behavior or nothing. It's just the media looking for clicks. If anything, you ask me, I think everybody should owes Shador some percentage for giving them as news and clicks for everybody to go because they surely stretched the heck out of a topic in regard to him. But as far as him starting right now, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I mean, it's a dumpster fire. I don't think it'd be a right to just throw him in. And what I ask everybody when they say, "Man, you need to play," they need to start him. Like, okay, he goes out there, introductions, he starts. Number 12, the announcers is ready, and then what? That doesn't change the fact that the old tackle position is depleted. It doesn't change the fact that their receivers currently right now they're second in the league in drops at 15. Only Jacksonville leads everybody with 20. It doesn't change the fact that even with the shining run game that they have, that they're not using them fully to the full capabilities. What does that change? Even with
right,
him in the pocket, the problems
right.
are still going to be there.
Yeah.
They're not gonna be contenders overnight.
Yeah, and then you got Dylan Gabriel throwing to Jerry Judy, who was a Pro Bowler last season. He leads the league in drops.
Uh,
He's had 6 different quarterbacks thrown to him since he's been in the league, and he has 20 catches for 240 yards with no touchdowns.
All right, yeah, Chris,
Yeah.
what was you gonna say to that?
Oh no, I mean I wouldn't start Shador either at
Yeah,
this
I don't want
moment.
him to start.
Just because Stefanski is not going to change the offense. If he's not building the offense so it make it comfortable for Dylan Gabriel, he's not going to build the offense
Mm-hmm.
for as comfortable with Shador Sanders. And as far as Jerry Judy drops, that comes down to a whole culture and mental thing that he's having right now with himself.
Yeah,
It's a mental thing. It's not that he can't catch. He could catch the ball all types of ways.
We
Right
can't
now,
play Denver every week,
well,
though.
it's not playing different every week. He's literally having a mental problem. That's being in the organization. I am telling you that it's something going on
it is.
within that organization, within side of it, that right now he's not fully focused. That's just focus thing right there. And
Yeah,
it's not just him. It's a lot of the players. And that could be, again, that's offensively. Defensively, they're doing well. Defensively,
yeah.
they're doing well as they can go. Like, they are clicking. They'll have some mistakes here and there, but they're clicking. Offensively, you can see it. Offensively, they are off. And who's the offensive coach?
Boom. And to all further piggyback off that, like drops is not a new issue for them. I think like I don't know if people know or they forget. I want to say like they led the league in drops last year, and
Yeah,
they were second the year before. Judy himself led everybody, led all receivers in drops. I want to say he had 13
13.
to his
Yeah,
name. Yeah, and that was like his first double digit drop season since his rookie year back in 2020 when he had 10 when he was still in Denver. So it's not a new issue for him, but he had improved and progressed within lowering his drop rate, and then he got here. And even with his great play, which really came once Jameis Winston came through for between weeks 8 and on, even with that, he still had a tendency to drop. But now is even as Chris was saying more prevalent because there's stuff going on behind the scenes that's really having a way an impact on the way things are going offensively. Because like why are they dropping these? And it's not like they're fully tight cover. We saw a number of open catches that were dropped. It was horrendous.
yeah, but one of the things was the difference is that Quinshon Judkins saying when he played for Ohio State, they expected to win every game.
every game.
And that just tells you the mentality of the Cleveland Browns. I don't think that they go in there expecting to win every game. And herein lies the problem. You got Myles Garrett frustrated, but he signed up for this again too, where he had ample opportunity to leave. And I believe teams would have made deals for him, but he decided to come back to Cleveland. So these are the things that you deal with. And when
he was absent on Sunday, let's just be clear. He was
Yeah.
on the side of a milk carton too. He did not.
Where's Kate out of here?
I
Kate
don't
in
know
5
where
minutes.
he
Kate, if you don't
was
speak.
either.
Yeah, but defense gets tired out. Offense never has any good starting field position. They're constantly starting on the 20 yard line, and you're expecting this team to be able to go 80 yards when they don't have a running game, they don't have a passing game. So defense is constantly bailing them out. I just think that they tired at the end of the day. Myles Garrett is getting triple teamed. There's no flags being called on any of those triple teams. He tired. That's why he on the milk can.
Rachel, we at week 7. It's early. We only at week 7 to be tired. It's week 7. We got 11 more weeks to go.
I'm gonna just tell you this. Part of it goes back to what Kate said. Part of it goes to Stefanski. And
Kate, we can't hear you.
I did the same thing. It's okay.
It goes back to what Kate said. It's Stefanski. At the end of the day, he is the head coach. He is the engine. He is the brain of child of this everything that's going on with the Cleveland Browns. And offensively, if you say I'm gonna call the plays, you're gonna hire Tommy Reese as a figurehead to say you OC and you're taking over everything. You're going back to your offense where you feel comfortable with your players and your plays. This goes down to you. Obviously, you're not a good offensive guy. The playoff that we won during COVID, who called the plays?
Alex Van
Rachel's boy.
Right?
I'm
like, how you get fired on your day off and you don't do nothing?
Right.
So
when I'm talking about it, is the NFL catch up with you real fast, really fast.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever he did in 2023, whatever they were doing, and I think that was an anomaly type season. But when that happens, if they find what you do well in your offense, they start taking it away. This is what they do. We start taking it away, right? Yeah. So they know Cleveland Browns is a running team, right? We're going to start doing these type of things. One thing when Bill Callahan left, and now we got our team now, we don't do any pulling, any pin and pull. Watch our offense. When we had Nick Chubb here, it was a ton of pinning and pulling.
Yeah.
It was a ton of that. It was a ton of student body right, student body left, pull there, trap here. We do zero of that. But part of that, Bill was there to help with the run game.
Mm-hmm.
He's not here. Now, how do your offense look now? Remember, they was up in Minnesota. He had a really good running back, really good offensive line doing things, right? It wasn't much. It was just 1 year. So when he came here, he thought he could build that same thing. But in the NFL, they catch up with you. And you have to pivot and adjust and adjust and adjust and adjust every year. He has not done that. His offense looked the same the last 3 years. Am I wrong, Kate? Am I wrong? Because I know Kate pay attention to stuff like that.
Kate, we can't hear you. We can't hear you.
Okay, is that better?
Yeah.
It did. Okay.
I've made myself be quiet and I turned off my microphone, but it's back on now. I know Judy had a lot of drops last year, but it was his highest year of targets. He had 145 targets. This year he's had 48, and Njoku's only had 36, and they both got 240 yards. It's like, why you're not going to Njoku then at least more? You would think if Tommy Reese came from the passing game and the tight ends coach, we'd do a little more with our tight end. Harold Fannon's getting more looks than he is. But I pulled points scored stats for the entire NFL right now. And we are last, averaging 13.7 points a game. Tennessee's right above us at 13.8. Cincinnati, who hadn't had Joe Burrow for 4 weeks, is at 17. Las Vegas, who got Kenny Pickett sitting on their bench, is at 17. The Jets, who have not won a game, at least are putting up 20 points a week. Like, it's ridiculous that we are at the bottom of the league, and we're supposed to be coached by this offensive genius, and we are at the bottom of the league in points scored. And that's just, you got no excuses right now. I know this first 6 weeks has been brutal from a scheduling standpoint, and the teams that we've had to play, you've had 2 division games already. You've had 2 against the NFC North. The next 5 games are actually pretty easy from a strength of schedule standpoint, maybe Kevin will last until week 10 or 11, and we see how we do in this next run of games. But I have serious concerns that his ego won't let him acknowledge what is broken and then take the steps to fix it. Because we all know what's broken. If you're going to run the ball and it doesn't work, at least people like me will quit staying on Twitter, run the damn ball, Kevin. Just run it. Run it. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work, and then I'll shut up.
But did these running plays change though? Like I said before, like they don't. It's not the same plays. Not the same running plays aren't the same it was 2 years ago. I'm gonna tell you that now.
No.
I watch it, and that's one of the issues. You were pulling a lot. You were doing a lot of different things.
We did a lot. We were the kings of the bubble screen for a while there.
Like we
did very well when we had Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt with them behind the line of scrimmage, little out. Dylan Gabriel could do those. He ain't got to see over the people in front of him. Go to one of these guys over here to the right and throw the ball. I should be the head coach. I'm gonna send my resume in.
Right. I agree with you. Like I'm everything that you're saying is right. Like is the creativity of what does Junkins do well? What does the other kid from Tennessee does well? Samson. What do we do well? What is Gabriel Dillon, whatever his name is?
Why did we sign Isaiah Bond? I ain't seen him catch a ball. He's got to be good at something. Why are we
bouncing off his head?
Like all this, he played. My man Gabe's played 6 years in college. He's the old head, right?
Yeah.
Okay, find out all those 6 years. What was the best thing he did well? What was it? What did he do well? What were these plays to do with that translate in the NFL that we could put in to make him feel comfortable? None of that is happening.
No.
Well, we had talent.
Yeah, because your coach is too arrogant, and
but he have a
ego
1500
will not
SAT
allow
score.
him to look that far into that. That's
I
the
had
problem.
a 1410 SAT score, and I can still acknowledge when people are smarter than me.
Well, obviously these
There's
guys
a lot
are
of people
smarter
smarter than me.
Irie, got a question.
All right, what's up?
we screaming at everybody else, but there's one person who's the head of this operation that we forget to talk about.
Andrew Berry?
Oh no, it goes one step higher.
Jimmy.
We go to the side of him.
That what's his name?
Pesto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was trying to think how to pronounce his
I'm
name.
gonna
Yeah,
say Jimmy.
Oh yeah. The analytics.
Jimmy to thank for Johnny and Deshaun. Jimmy has done enough. Jimmy needs to just give the city of Cleveland $100 million and then shut up and go back to
And
Tennessee.
he nickel and diming them on that $100 million.
Yeah, Paul DePodesta does not live in Cleveland. He lives in San Diego.
And he is telling them what to maneuver, how to maneuver on some things.
Yeah.
And that is the problem.
That is the issue.
Yeah, and he's not going anywhere anytime soon, from my understanding.
I almost said Peter for a second because you was like, look to the side of him. I'm like, Peter always to the side of Kevin Stefanski.
Yeah, literally.
You ever wonder? Go ahead, Irie.
No. Go ahead. I want to hear this.
I was about to say, do you ever wonder why in the last 6 years since we've been here, the guys 7 years since they've been here, they never drafted a receiver high, really high, right? And it goes back to this Moneyball analytics thing for me, right? Every receiver that we got here was our top receivers from a trade, right? We talk about Odell, we talk about the other kid,
Odell,
David Bell.
Yeah. We get these guys and we can get them in the late round, and by value or by these numbers or by this thing, it works out because they're going to be this type of player, this type of good.
Well, they probably have the intention on developing them, but
Thrash, we never heard of Thrash ever in our life.
Yeah.
In college.
Yeah.
Who heard of Thrash in college?
Yeah.
Who heard of the other kid that's hurt right now that they love because he had a good 2 games last year?
But you didn't take Thrash until the 5th round.
Exactly.
And you took Cedric Tillman in 2023.
In what round? I never heard of Cedric Tillman.
In the 3rd round.
From what school?
Tennessee.
Yeah, from Tennessee.
We have Tennessee. We say, we're going to go to Tennessee for this wide receiver.
I mean,
the Haslam connection.
To Louisville. I know he played with Lamar, but ain't like Lamar threw the ball to him. Lamar didn't throw the ball to nobody when he was at Louisville. He learned to throw in the NFL.
So you understand what I'm saying? Like, if I'm going to go get receivers late in the round, I'm going to go to LSU, Ohio State, these receivers-driven schools. I don't care if you're the 5th guy on the roster. You know what? I know he was coached by this guy. I'm going to get him
Well, they took Anthony Schwartz in the 3rd.
from
Stop.
Auburn. He was also just a return guy.
He was a hot mess. He was a hot mess from the minute he stepped foot in Cleveland.
He was just a return guy. He didn't even get no receptions. Yeah, I'm returning. Like, how do I know that? I just watch college football. I'm pretty sure the evaluators should know, hey, man, he ain't the guy.
No, it's a good point because I think back to that Eagles defense. Not a good amount. Those guys came from Georgia. They just took that culture and now foundation to their team, and it just stuck and spread amongst us and up everybody's game. So yeah, they don't do much of that, obviously.
And that's all I'm. You try to tell me it was an Ohio State receiver this year in the 2nd round and 3rd round. You tried third round. You could tell me you couldn't get him. That wasn't your guy. You could have got. You got to bolster some things. And for yet we have not have a number 1 receiver. We don't use our tight ends correctly.
No, we don't.
It's not.
No,
And I understood that Moneyball stuff back in the day when you had to pay what you had to pay, but with the way the rookie contracts are set up now, you ain't paying rookies nothing compared to what you had to pay them 15 years ago. I don't know that that's still relevant. That you don't get the value. I think Chris Olave and Marvin Harrison Jr. and Jackson Smith and Jigba are more than earning their paychecks at their respective teams, still on their rookie deals, doing just fine. And we had option to get all of them and took none of them. I still can't believe we took a Buckeye this year. I felt like the Buckeyes were Brown's kryptonite. We don't take a Brown. We took Michael Holland. What did that do for me? Nothing.
Well, you took the wrong player. They should never. Anybody from Ohio State now, any from Ohio State should just be receivers.
Receivers
at this moment.
You get tight ends from Iowa. Not Bowling Green. I love you, Harold Fannin Jr., but that's not who I would have taken at that spot. You get your tight ends from Iowa. You get a wide receiver from Ohio State.
All right. So really quickly, who's winning on Sunday?
We are.
The coaches who could get fireable.
We are, because as bad as we are, Miami is so much worse right now. There is so Tua's throwing that team under the bus. Tua accusing his players of being late to meetings. Oh, the Dolphins are a hot mess right now. They can't win.
Yeah, they don't even get along. I would never put my money on Tua, and half the time he don't even know his name. And it's over.
Brewers got to go.
But let me say, when they played against the Chargers, and I really can't even go with that. They played Sunday. They scored 27 points. So they might try to come in and play Sunday. It is going to be raining, and the weather might be in our favor. I am going with Cleveland, but they might be playing for their coach's job. They had a little controversy this week, so Tua might be trying to make it up to his team. I don't know, but I'm going with Cleveland.
Anyway. They have not faced a defense like ours. I know, they're going to struggle to run the ball, and they are definitely going to struggle in the passing game. Jalen Waddle ain't going to do it. Tyreek Hill is old. Like, I'm not at all worried about them.
Tyreek's out, right?
Because our defense
he is
so
better. Irie, what's your pick?
Oh God. I gotta be there too to watch this. I'm going with the Fins on this. I think despite them falling worse and at a faster rate, down than the Browns, there's still something I think in the back of their heads going, yeah, we're bad right now, but we can't be worse than the Browns.
I agree with you. I think it's going to be the Fins because I just think the Fins looking on the schedule and say, easy win for us.
Yeah,
they're going to come with so much confident that they're going to win this game. And I don't think the Browns are going into the game that confident they can win. Yeah, and I'm not talking about defensively. Defensively, I think we're going to be A1. But offensively, I don't think we can score over 10 points.
Yeah, historically low.
13. Yeah.
Under April, so
15 at that. And real quick to your point, I think that's also true because is for good teams, they would look at this game as a get right game. For bad teams, such as Miami in this case, this is a game I'm saying, all right, we're not that bad, almost vindicating in a way. So that's why I choose the Dolphins for this. So yeah, it's my pick.
Both of these teams, we will find out which teams like their head coach and want him to stay, because they're both playing for their head coach's life.
I think the Fins are going to win. Irie, we kept you the whole show. I'm so sorry.
No,
We
what?
appreciate you.
No, this was fun.
You know?
No, that's cool,
I love
yeah.
how Rachel sends us this long list of topics, and I know we ain't gonna get past Kevin Stefanski. I'm like, that's an hour.
We still got
That's
some
an
more
hour.
topics to talk about. So, Irie, if you want to stay
No.
with us, stay with us. But it's okay if you got to go. We
No,
appreciate
that's
you.
cool. No, yeah. We got what, like 5 minutes left or something? I don't
Yeah,
know.
because we just gonna move the Cavs right quick because they're about to start. They're about to start their season October 22nd. They will be on the road against the New York Knicks. Chris says no Cavs slander, but
Oh my god. Nah, y'all have fun. I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
all
Thank
right, thank you
you.
so much. We appreciate you. I'll see you on Sunday. I'll be there.
Can't
See you
wait.
Sunday.
See
All
ya.
right. So the Cavs are 1-3 in preseason, but they're predicted to be in the Eastern Conference Finals. You know,
It's
one of the-
preseason, Rachel. Preseason don't matter.
Right,
It
because the
don't count.
Browns won every
It's
preseason
just-
game. So what
Right?
does that mean?
It's just, I'm not worried. People are still resting. People are still trying to figure out what they're doing. We'll see what happens when the regular season starts. I'm not worried.
I'm not worried either. I think the Cavs will do well. I think Donovan Mitchell will step up. Is he ready to lead? Is he ready to pull out at this point? Time will tell. Garland and Stress is out, so somebody has to step up. Will that be Donovan Mitchell at this point? I don't know. We still have Mobley still has time to develop as well, so we'll see. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how Mobley looks this year. You know, Max Strus and Sam Merrill, DeAndre Hunter. Like, I'm excited to see what this group does, having a whole season, hopefully healthy. I got to find some wood to knock on, and hope the spirits of the woods are with us and keep us healthy this season. Because I think health is the only thing standing in between in the way of the Cavs and the finals.
I agree.
Well, you know, we were healthy all season and fell apart in the playoffs. So,
No, so some of that was Kenny Atkinson. Don't know how to coach. You coach differently in the playoffs than you do in the season. And some of that was just youth and nerves. And Donovan don't have enough experience for everybody to, like, he's got experience, but I think they learned valuable lessons in how they played the Knicks and in what happened in the playoffs last year. And we are not repeating those same mistakes this year. I am totally drinking.
And how to utilize his bench. Like,
yes.
How does that look? What does that look like?
Because you got through the whole year with nobody playing 40 minutes a night, 38
right,
max, and then you forgot that rule in the playoffs, and you did
exactly.
He did not coach playoff coaching.
Exactly.
Well, you got Thomas Bryant as one of your additions from Indiana, so maybe he can show them how to be a little tough. You got Lonzo Ball, but you got to hope that Lonzo Ball, you know, can stay healthy.
And what do we think about Lonzo Ball?
And how does he mix with this team? You know what I mean? How does that all fit in?
Whose minutes is he taking? Like? Is he taking Sam Merrill's minutes? Is he taking Craig Porter Jr.'s minutes? Is he taking Derek? Like, is there enough minutes for him?
Well, remember, we didn't bring back Ty Jerome, so he can take Ty Jerome's minutes. Larry Nance is on his third stint with the team. But
Larry
remember,
Jr.
Ty Jerome, who was our number one scorer off the bench. I still am a little flummoxed, you know, by that move. But, you know, the key with Lonzo is him staying healthy. If he stays healthy, you know, we can do great things with him, I think. So, you know, they start off, you know.
I'm just going to keep an eye on Ty and the Memphis Grizzlies and see how they do.
The first home game is going to be October 26th against the Milwaukee Bucks, and that starts at 6:00. So, Guardians for a hot second. So, Austin Hedges signed to a year deal.
Nice.
What you yaying for?
I'm yaying they signed Austin Hedges. Catcher is the single most important position on a baseball team, and people don't understand that Austin Hedges is worth every penny they gave him. They didn't even pay him that much. I'm excited.
His batting average is under 200.
I don't care.
Okay.
He can catch, and he knows how to work his pitchers.
You know what? He is going to be a great coach one day. I do love that about him. So, and Gold Glove finalists Carlos Santana, Jose Ramirez, Stephen Kwan, and Daniel Schneemann. And then you got Jose in the running for MVP. He probably will not
Good
win.
for him.
If we'd have won that first series against Detroit, then I'd have given Jose more of a chance at MVP. But there's other teams that are still advancing that they're going to, it doesn't matter how. People do not vote for MVP the way I believe they should vote for MVP, because this team would not have been what it was without him.
Right.
Got Bo Naylor in the running for the Roberto Clemente Award for his community service. That will be announced during the World Series. And Josh Naylor might get a ring. So that would be crazy. He got traded to a better situation. And then OSU takes on Wisconsin, and they're ranked number 1. Defense is amazing. Offense is not blowing anybody out, which I would like to see.
But you don't have to
get going.
And OSU is going to do good. Wisconsin has been struggling. They're struggling at their QB. They're struggling all the way around. So I don't see OSU having no problem against them this weekend at all.
No, but the Wisconsin always gives us a hard time. Ohio State gets the A game of whoever comes to town or wherever they travel to. And I believe they're on the road to Camp Randall Stadium this week.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be freaking out if it's a very close game at halftime. The Buckeyes have always been a second half team. That's trestle ball, right? Wear them down the first half, keep it close, and then blow them out at the end. So don't freak out if things are close at the half. We're a third quarter team when we travel, so it'll be fine.
Yeah, 3:30.
I expect nothing but blowouts.
You used to get that when the BCS playoffs were only 4 teams. You had to get blocks. You had to get style points. Now that there's 10, 12, 14 teams in the playoff, we just need to keep winning. We'll get there. We'll be fine. I'm so excited Penn State was finally shown to be the correct program that it is.
And they fired their coach.
And they fired their coach.
That's another.
And no, I don't want James Franklin in Cleveland.
And Michigan lost last week too.
Nothing makes me happier than a Michigan loss.
Nothing makes me happier than a Michigan loss, for sure.
All right, ladies. Well, today was a great show. Special thanks to Irie Harris from Cleveland.com. Thank you to DJ Chris Styles for chipping in on the conversation as well. I appreciate you, ladies. And for her in the huddle, we are out of here.